Sometimes life brings you to a fork in the road. At least then you have a choice. Sometimes that fork can seem like a dead end, and that's when things get really interesting. When I bought the property in 2001, moved here, my intention was to open up a climber's ranch, and the neighbors didn't like that idea too much. They made life very difficult, and to the extent that I had to change my mind and come up with another idea, which is when I met my partner, Brian Lee, and he was looking for something new to do, and we decided that it was time to start making whiskey in New York again for the first time since Prohibition.
We really had to reinvent not only the gristmill, but ourselves. It took 2 long years of retrofitting the buildings, learning the distillation process, navigating the permit process, sourcing the grains.
What does it smell like there, Lenny? And when the spirits began to flow, that's when we knew we had something really special.
This is our original mill. Just about every drop of whiskey we've made has started as grain that's been ground through this mill. We've got a variety of different types of products in 200-gallon open-top fermenters.
The 2 stills you see behind me are copper and stainless steel, made in Germany for us. So the unit you see right here is the actual pot where we cook the mash to drive the alcohol out. The alcohol vapor travels through the top section up there, up through that column in the middle, which is a way of stripping out water. The higher the vapor goes in the column, the higher the alcohol content. It's chilled and turned back into a liquid, and it flows out the bottom.
Someone suggested to us that we actually shake our barrels once a month or so. We've got a lot of barrels and we didn't have a lot of manpower, so we're trying to figure out a way to agitate those barrels without having to go and pick every single one up. Ryan showed up one day with a trunk full of bass speakers. We put the bass speakers all around the barrel room, turned them on, and sure enough, you put your hand on the barrel and it actually is vibrating the barrels. And what that does is it creates that interaction between the wood and the spirit that we were after.
Our bottling system has sort of evolved. It was extremely primitive in the beginning. I had a single spout wine bottle filler for a home hobbyist type operation. And in the beginning, had to put the labels on like this, and then of course peel them right back off because you never get them on straight until we bought a hand crank labeler. And then we figured out about waxing the tops. It just turned out to be the least expensive, least machine-oriented way to do it. But once we finished with putting the package together like that, we really liked the way it looked. And we started numbering the batches. In a batch process, the way we do it, each batch is slightly different. And we wanted people to recognize that. And we would get stories from some of the retail shops saying that people would come in and they'd see it on the shelf and go through the whole shelf looking for the lowest number bottle.
It's really exciting to be in the position where we're at right now. We're starting to get some recognition for our spirits and for the brand in general.
I was sitting in my little office in my little house with my bare feet up on the windowsill, receiving the phone call that every small distiller prays will come one day. And that was from a really important and well thought of large whiskey house had taken notice of our product. The first marching orders we received from William Grant were just keep doing what you're doing. Keep experimenting, keep doing it by hand. We like what you're doing, that's why we came to talk to you.
We all live this. I mean, we go home, but we're still working. If you're fully engaged and you really love what you do and you live it, you can really make almost anything successful. And I think we've all learned that here.